Dude's fine. Hey, yo, you know what time it is. It's time for that good old sports talk raw where we smoke, we drink, we keep it real, and we tell you how we feel about these sports. You dig? It's your man Chrome in the building, man. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good. Hey, yo, man. Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm blessed. I can't express the joy that I feel today, but I'm ready to get into these sports because big thing happened today, and we're gonna talk about it.
Big things popping. Man, shout out to the rest of the family. You know what I'm saying? Old man Jaden passed out. Trishmo, I don't know. Slave ship, maybe. Unc, question mark. Capital, big ass capital bold question mark. I don't know. I don't have any answers, but
Maybe they
one,
pop in, maybe they won't.
one day, you know what I'm saying? But we will have a special guest, man. You know what I'm saying? But quick rundown, WNBA playoffs, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of college football, MLB scores, NHL preseason scores, you know what I'm saying? Boxing match, this weekend, Canelo in the building against Charlo, you feel me? NBA, Lillard trade. And of course, we'll give you the picks for these Sundays games. You know what I'm saying? Last week, I went 10-6. You know, other people ain't got to tell you their record, but it is what it is,
Hey,
man.
I went 7-9. I'm not ashamed. Players mess up too. It
Players
is what
mess
it
up
is.
too, but you know who you should be listening to more than the other. Maybe I'm just saying.
No, not at
We'll
all.
see. I'm pretty solid. But before we do, you know, what I'm saying, get into this sports real quick. We are smoking, we are drinking. This is Sports Talk Raw. I'm drinking on some Tito's, man. Got a shot poured of the Tito's. Manny, it's one of them good days for you. What you sipping on? Kool-Aid?
It's H2O. I was gonna get a beer, but since I just got off with my men's church group, I was like, I ain't even gonna put no alcohol in my body today and we'll keep it water. So keep it 100.
There you go. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Well, I'm gonna take a shot for you, man. That's how we get down, and it's for the trees. I'm smoking on some XJ13. You know what I'm saying? If I'm puffing like this jizzy rolled up, you'll see you get spark anyways. But cheers, my brother, man.
Yeah.
As we proceed to give you what you need, we're gonna start with the ladies. WNBA, of course, we got some playoffs cracking off. We have. It's gonna start with our ladies, the hometown aces. You feel me? They beat the Dallas Wings. You know what I'm saying? We were up 2-0. Um, pretty much no competition. We've covered both games, you know what I mean? And we play what tomorrow about 6:30. So Friday, six no, my fault, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. We play Friday, 6:30. I think we're out in Dallas. So I believe we're gonna get this win. I don't no offense, you know what I'm saying, to Dallas, not like that, but we're on a mission now, especially with Asia. She scored another 30, I think 34, 30-point game. And you know, she says that she didn't really take it out on them. You know, she's just playing good basketball, but she's definitely, you know what I'm saying, playing with that chip on her shoulder, as she should,
She's
because
upset because she was number 4 in the voting for MVP.
no, I think she was number three. She
She
was number
was
three.
she was she was 3 overall, but as far as first place votes, she was number 4.
Oh yeah, yeah, they were definitely hating. So tell me, you know, before we dive any further anywhere else, what makes you think that Asia got those kind of votes?
Because this is what I heard. They say that she got those kind of votes is because of her team. She got somewhat of a super team, so that's why she didn't get the votes that she deserved. I don't believe that. I think that's some BS. But you know, they don't want real stars to win. Because Aisha Thomas, this is the crazy thing. She was number 1. She has the most first place votes, but she didn't win it. Like I don't understand that. How you have the most
Yeah,
first place
yes. How does
votes?
that voting system work out? How do you so it's like there's first place votes, second place votes, or whatever the case, or just first place votes, and then overall votes. Like I'm gonna be totally honest with you. This is a sports show, but this is Sports Talk Raw, so you don't get it raw. I don't really know how the voting system works
I don't neither. I just know that she had the most first place votes, but she didn't win the you know. I don't understand that. But hey, now Asia got the Joker syndrome. You don't want to give me the MVP? I'll take it in the finals. That's
and
even better.
take the Finals MVP and take that championship
Yep.
and definitely replace that hardware with some even better hardware. You know what I'm saying? Trust me,
Yep.
and then definitely keep that in mind and wear that chip on your shoulder too, Asia. Go out there in Dallas, destroy the Wings. Go ahead and let's put
Mm-hmm.
on because regardless of how it goes, because we're about to go to this next game now, we will be able to get some rest. They got to at least play one more extra game than we have because they already lost one, and I don't see us
Yep.
losing one. So let's go ahead and get this sweep, ladies, so we can at
And
least get some rest. You feel me?
And not only has Asia got a chip on her shoulder, the whole team does. Because even Becky Hammond, she has come out and she was like, "It's BS the way they did, the voting for the MVP." So the whole team got a chip on their shoulder. So the whole team is hungry and ready to go out there and show why the Aces is the best, and it wasn't a fluke last year. We are the best, and we're going back to back like Drake.
Back to back, just like Drake. All right, man. Next game we got coming up is the New York Liberty playing the Suns. They got to go out there and play the Suns out there in Connecticut. And what's crazy about it is um, the Sun actually beat the Liberty in a game. And last game it was a 2-point game at the end. I think they only won the game by like 5, 6, 7 points. I'm trying to
Yes,
find the score right
that
now.
77 to 84. It was a close game.
77 to 84. That was the final
Yep.
score of the last game.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, okay, yeah. So they only won by 7. What's that? 7 points.
Yeah, 7 points.
They only won by 7 points. You know what I'm saying? And the Sun already won. So, with this being said, this is the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And Stewie went for like something for like 3 for 13, but they still did win because usually the MVP gets MVP and they kind of fluke off that night. But she didn't shoot well, but they still won. But regardless, I think the Sun can definitely win a game at home and
Yeah.
make this and push this series a little bit further because obviously look at the score and look at them already winning one. I think
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I ain't gonna go as I will go as far as saying they can win because they can, but you see how close the scores are. I do think this series is gonna go a little bit longer than people expect it to go. I hope it does.
I hope the Suns come out and win.
Yeah,
Because
I would definitely feel more comfortable playing the Suns, but
yeah,
at the same time, it would feel even better to punch the Liberty in the mouth and to get the shit. You know what I'm saying?
it
Especially
would.
on the Commissioner's Cup and they took all the bands because that when in
Yeah,
that game, like each player gets what 30 bands?
something
Get a,
like that.
get a lot of bands. They took the money, man. They lost the next game, which counted, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll take an L on a real season game to take a win for the 30 bands.
Right.
I need that
And
30
we
bands.
was in the house for that game, so that's even a bigger hurt piece why we want them to come back and us to take it. But I'm
Exactly.
not gonna lie, we on Sports Talk Raw, so we gonna keep it raw. I am kind of nervous to have to play the Liberty because in the 5 game series, they beat us if you count the Commissioner Cup in the regular season. So I am kind of nervous.
Well,
Just
yeah,
to keep it 100.
and you have the right to be, but what I'm saying is that you know what? This is playoff aces. We're locked in, and now that Asia didn't get that MVP, I think you're
Yeah,
gonna get a different type of monster. And even when they did lose that game that we are watching, I seen them miss some shots like
they
y'all don't
did.
even miss these layups and these buckets that y'all are missing right now, like easily. Like, and they had one quarter where they put that little cushion and then they just stuck onto it because after that it was still even back and forth. But I was like that one run that y'all did that y'all didn't run back and get on there. So I definitely think we'll approach the game a lot different, a lot more
Right.
methodically, and I think that we would definitely clamp down for sure would clamp down on everybody. You know what I'm saying, and get the run in
Yeah,
and really play Aces basketball. It's the time, man.
it is. I'm ready for the parade.
I'm ready for the parade. I'm definitely ready for the parade, man. So make sure y'all tune in, man. Both of those games are on. Hey yo, sorry about that. Both games are on Friday. 4:30 for the Liberty and the Suns, and 6:30 for the Wings and the Dallas. I mean, yeah, the Dallas Wings and the Las Vegas Aces. Let's go Aces. Stand up Aces. You know how we do, ladies. Uh, keeping it hometown. Are you an LV Rebels? We play Hawaii coming up this weekend. There will be a lot of Hawaii fans out there. You know, this is they kind of their second home out here in Vegas. Fucks with them tough, man. But this year is coming home with us, man.
And it's
The
what's the pineapple cup or something like that?
that's what they call it, the Pineapple Cup.
Something like that, I believe.
Okay. They're like two. The Hawaii is 2-3. Vegas is 3-1. You know what I'm saying? We just came off a dope win. You know what I'm saying? We're out there doing our thing, and we are a 75%, odd favorites to win this game.
And we're like 11-point favorite or something like that.
Let me see right now. UNLV is -11. Yes, I got a -11 on mine. So let's go, Rebels. I believe we will cover that. We are at the house. You know what I'm saying? We've been holding it down, doing our thing. So
we haven't lost at home yet this year. The first two games that we had at home, first was Bryant, second was Vanderbilt. We won both of those games. So
right. Well, let's go, Rebels. You know what I'm saying? Keep holding it down. Let's get this bowl game. Let's go out here and win. You know what I'm saying? We lost to Michigan, but they were the number 2 team in the country. And you know what I'm saying? Once again, we didn't do that bad, but we'll hold it down. We're gonna hold it down. More notable games coming up this Saturday, man. You want to talk about real quick? College. Colorado plays Colorado State.
And no, Colorado plays USC. Colorado is no longer ranked in the top 25 either after that loss to Oregon. They have dropped out of the top 25. So that's a big game. USC is ranked number 8 in the nation, and they're undefeated, and they're playing Colorado in Colorado. Another big one, you have Kentucky and Florida. Kentucky is undefeated, but they're not ranked, and Florida is ranked number 22, and they're 3-1. What's another good one? Oh, you have Alabama and Mississippi State. That's going to be a good one.
Georgia and Auburn has the potential to be a good one. Auburn's 3-1. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So that's a good one too, man. Does Colorado get blown out by USC though?
No,
they don't,
because USC is not as fast paced as Oregon is. USC is more laid back. USC has won some games by the skin of their teeth. They have not done what USC is supposed to do. What they supposed to do, but they never do what they're supposed to do. So, yeah. Another big one that you have to keep your eye on is Utah against Oregon State. So Utah is ranked number 10. Oregon State is ranked number 19. So that's going to be a big one because that is the Pac-12 conference. It's a lot of conference games this week.
Okay.
Oh, and Kansas and Texas, because they're both undefeated. Even though Texas is ranked number 3, Kansas is ranked number 24.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's going to watch too, though. I think Texas is going to clearly run away with that one. I mean, Kansas, they could surprise us, but I'm going to go with Texas to win that one all day.
And just big up in the Mountain West because UNLV Mountain West, Fresno State is ranked 25 in the top 25. So just shout out to the Mountain West team, even though when we play them in UNLV, we're going to destroy them. But that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, I'll never shout out Fresno State because they are the enemy. So it's like shout out the Wolfpack, like even if you are from Vegas, unless you win it all, you'll get a slight mention. You know what I'm saying, and a shout out. But besides that, it's just like
I was just saying because it's the Mountain West and they made the top 25.
I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at you, but that's why I left it to you on that one, Manny, because I just couldn't find it in my heart to do that.
And they're playing Nevada anyway, so yeah.
That's how it goes. Okay. Well, those are the couple of college games that we got cracking off for tonight. It's not tonight, for this weekend that we mentioned. If you're watching this, go ahead and add something in the comment section. If there's any games out there that we're missing that you want us to talk about or give a prediction, we'd love to. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of college, especially a lot of college games out there. So I'm sure.
Lot of college games.
So yeah, definitely tune in one time, plug in, tap in with your boy. If you know what I'm saying, y'all got any questions, we will give you the answers for that. As we keep it pushing, I'm gonna go over a couple hometown things still. We still, some hockey is popping off, man. We got the preseason NHL. We got let me give you a couple scores right now, just quickly on the Knights. We're up 2-0, you know what I'm saying? Up 3-1 actually. Second period, 2 minutes left in that. The Kings scored, but we scored again as well. Here are a couple scores of the rest of the scores. It's just preseason, so don't get too excited, but get super excited if you're a hockey fan. This is what you've been waiting for. The Maple Leafs beat the Sabres right now, 5-2. Hurricanes beat the Panthers 4-1. The Canadians beat the Senators 4-3. The Islanders beat the Flyers 2-1. In the shootout, the Jets lost to the Flames 3-2. Overtime, the Lightning beat the Predators 2-1. Another overtime game, the Oilers beat the Canucks. And second period, like I said, Knights are up 3-1 against the Kings. And the second period is over. They're about to go into the third period. The Ducks are smacking the Sharks 3-1. And those are your preseason games for the NHL. We will keep you guys updated throughout the show on that Golden Knights game. But, it's time for us to win one because I think we lost our last game or two. But it is preseason, so I'm not really worried about it. You know what I'm saying?
So just a little hockey tip insider, because all my betting people out there, they got the Hurricanes as the favorite to win the Stanley Cup this year at plus 900. Our Golden Knights is ranked 6 at plus 1200. So I'm about to put a couple dollars on that plus 1200 for the Golden Knights because we're going back to back. So
plus 1200. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. Who are they? Are they favored?
They're the 6th favorite in front of. So the top 5 is the Hurricanes, the Avalanche, the Devils, the Maple Leafs, and the Oilers.
Damn, they even put who was it? The Bruins or the Penguins? Who lost that first round? That was the team last year. The Penguins.
The Bruins is right under us.
That's crazy how they're playing they're playing the champions and the Bruins kind of to the left. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you know what?
We like it.
In words, and
Keep
we like
us
it.
as underdog.
Right. Go lower. So me and Mannie can be really paid. We're gonna be dumb paid at the parade.
Right. I'm gonna be on the bus. I'm gonna be on the bus drinking out the Stanley Cup.
Okay. Okay. What you betting on it? How you got that big money to get you up there, huh?
Yeah. I'm gonna put like $15 on that plus 1200. Yeah. Right. Give me a little change.
Right. He'll be on a bike on the back of that thing pouring champagne on himself. Like, yeah, we did that. I ain't
gonna have my own special seat.
Right. I'm not mad at you. Can be. Oh snap. All right. Next joint we got cracking off, man. A little baseball. I like to give these baseball scores. Usually I'm betting on them, but today I was a little busy earlier in the day. So I really didn't get to get my bets in, but I ain't tripping because once again, there's always tomorrow. That's the
always tomorrow.
It's not a 40-yard dash, baby. It's a sprint. It's a 100-yard. It's forever. So just keep pace. All you gotta do is keep pace. But here go a couple baseball scores. You feel me? The Rangers right now are beating the Angels. I need the Rangers to lose 2-0, but it's all right. Astros are beating the Mariners right now. First game was in the end of the 8th. This game is in the end of the 6th. The Astros are beating the Mariners 4-3. Come on, Mariners. If you lose this game, I believe you will be out of contention to go into this playoff. I mean, into the wild card, into playoffs. But if you win, because you guys want to go on a 4 or 5 game losing streak, if you win this game, then you can stay in the races to get the wild card or even possibly win the division, depending on what the Rangers doing. You know what I'm saying? But come on, Mariners. You need to definitely beat the Astros tonight if you plan on staying in the game, because actually you play the Rangers next to the next series. So, and then that's it for the season. Middle of the 8th right now. The Giants and the Padres are tied 2-2. Rest of these scores are final scores. The Diamondbacks are beat the White Sox 3-0. The Marlins got smacked the hell up by the Mets 11-2. The Marlins beat the Mets. I guess they had a doubleheader today on the other game, 4-2. 11-2, still ain't 42 ain't gonna get back, but you won, whatever. The Guardians beat the Reds 4-3. The Rays beat the dog shit out of the Red Sox 5-0. The Nationals the Nationals lost to the Orioles 5-1. The Phillies beat the Pirates 7-6. The Blue Jays got smacked up by the Yankees 6-0. The Braves beat the Cubs 6-5. I heard the Cubs actually tricked that game off too. They had it all the way up into the 8th until a pop fly got hit, and the dude actually lost it in the light, and then he tricked off the fly ball, which allowed them to score. And then the Braves ended up coming back, or the Cubs really would have.
Yeah, they went to 10.
Mm-hmm. They would have won that game. So it's I don't know. Cubs have terrible luck a lot of the times. The A's, not the B's or the C's, but the A's, the Athletics lost to the Twins 4-6. The Brewers lost to the Cardinals 3-2. Dodgers beat the Dogs out of the Rockies 8-2, and the Tigers smacked the Kansas City Royals up 4-0. Those are your baseball scores. I gave you the whole rundown with the Seattle Mariners. You know that's my squad, so that's really.
It's a little known. It's something I just found out. So y'all are sitting in the first spot outside of wild card. Guess who's sitting in the second spot outside the wild card?
Yankees.
The Yankees. The Yankees is sitting in the second spot outside the wild card. I thought we was further down the list, but I looked at the other day and I was like, wow. That's why the other day when I said that we finally was out of contention for a wild card, that's why, because we still was in the running to get in the wild card, even though we did terrible all year.
Yeah. See, hold on. What is it? I think you don't mean eliminated.
Yeah, we got eliminated last week, but we were still in the running up until that point. We won 80 games, which I didn't think we won that many. And the A's are the worst team in baseball. They only have 40 wins on the season.
No, they have 48 wins.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, same difference.
And they are the worst team in the league, so it's all right. You know what I'm saying?
They have over 100 losses. That is terrible.
It's rough season. Definitely super rough season.
You come out here, you have to do better. If you get 100 losses your first season, we're shipping you off to Alaska.
We don't play that shit out here in Las Vegas, right? Either the name is going to change, and so is the team. And if the team comes out here and they remain the A's, they will get their shit together because we have standards out here that we uphold. And if not, you know what I'm saying, we trade you and we go get it right until, you're able to get it right. But that's why hopefully something happens and we don't get them, and then we get just a brand new team that you can't lose if you do these drafts. If you're a smart enough GM and you can't put a team together, getting the pick out of everybody else's non-starters, then it should be a problem. You know what I mean? It should definitely be a problem, especially with everything they give you. But we'll see how it goes. We're gonna have a team though. We just don't know exactly for sure 1,000% what it is. But we'll have a team.
Yeah, we'll have a team.
All right, y'all. Before we go to the NBA, before we go to this NFL, man, we're gonna talk about this fight we got cracking off this weekend, man. We have
already in Vegas. Canelo is already here. He was out there today doing some stuff out here in Vegas, so he's already in the building, ready for it.
Already in the building, man. And matter of fact, my man Armando's supposed to pop up on here too with us and talk a little bit about this fight, man. But we got Charlo, man, coming up this weekend. They're fighting at, what are they fighting at? I think it's super lightweight. I think Charlo's going up like 2 weight divisions, man. And he's Canelo's minus 430. Charles is plus 300. You know what I'm saying? 10.5 rounds is the over and the under. Wasn't to say. Excited about this fight. It could turn out longer than we expect, but honestly, with him moving up 2 weight classes and how hard Canelo hits, I don't see this working out too well for Charlo. And it was supposed to be his brother, but it's him. But I mean, it's opportunity, but at the same time, I've seen Canelo lose fights before. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he's invincible. It's not like he can't be beaten. But when I seen him lose, it was obviously to Floyd Mayweather, and then when he went up those weight classes, what Charlo's doing, which is not a good look, that heavier man laid on him and beat him up and gave him it was too much for him to handle. It was a lot of problems. So
True.
just anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? And I think Charlo has more than a puncher's chance. I'm not finna go out there and disrespect that man like that at all. You know what I'm saying? He's a champion too, doing this thing, man. But I'm gonna have to go with Canelo on this one. I'm just nervous about that 2 weight class jump, man. That's the big thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the big thing, and it just for the fight. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
You can't come to somebody's backyard and expect to just come in there and dominate. You can't. You can't come to somebody's house and expect to just punk them. You come in Canelo's world. This is where he dominates at in this weight class, and he's going to show you why he dominates this weight class.
Yeah, it's a risky fight to go up 2 weight classes, and then you're fighting one of the best fighters in boxing right now. And the Charlo is. I have a little bias against the Charlo twins because I think they're charismatic guys that are really talented, and I feel like and they're American. They could have been twins. Boxing champions could have been huge, and I just feel like their careers have been mismanaged, and like this is they're coming up possibly on the end of their careers, so now they're going after these big money fights, and for a while they could have I just feel like they could have been superstars with the talent that they have, and so for him to go up 2 weight classes is risky. I think the one big question for me for this fight is, can he handle Canelo's punch in that division? That's a huge question mark for me. If he can handle it, because at some point Canelo is going to get it. At some point, within 12 rounds, at one point Canelo is going to hurt him because he just has that kind of power. Can Charlo handle that power? That's my big question. I think he's faster than Canelo, but Canelo timing can beat speed. He's really good at timing when he wants to be. Other times, if he's not afraid of his power, that's another thing. If his power doesn't go up and it doesn't transfer to that weight class, and Canelo takes a shot and it doesn't do anything to him, it's a long night. It's a long night. So he's got to be on it. He's got to be jabbing constantly in Canelo's face and staying at range. Do not get on. There's a lot of guys that say that Charlo has a better inside game, and I kind of question that logic, because I think Canelo's got a better game on the inside. But that's the debate, right? Whose assets are better at this point? And I just feel that the weight classes are there for a reason. Canelo did it. He just went up 1 and he got his ass beat. Weight matters in boxing, and so that's a big question for me on this fight.
Yeah, that's a huge question, man. Huge question. Mannie, man, how you feel about it, man?
I feel that Charlo just like Armando said, it's just about the money. It's not about him being able to win. If he wins, that's a plus for him, but he's only doing it for the money. Like he's a boxer. He's been boxing for a while. Going up 2 weight classes to fight somebody that's actually a power hitter, that's not what you do. Like if you're going to make your way up there, then you go through 1 weight class, start at the bottom, build yourself up, get to the top of that, and like that, you just don't go up 2 weight classes and then go to the top. So it's just a money grab, and he knows that he's going to get knocked out. So I'm saying knocked out in the 8th round. Canelo.
8th round knockout. Okay, Mannie, with the 8th round knockout prediction. Listen, sounds very real. It can happen. It sounds very real, because like Mondo said, we're gonna see how he handles those shots, and who knows if he can handle the shots. And if he can't handle the shots, he can definitely take one in the 8th and have a seat, depending on what happens the previous 7 rounds. You know what I'm saying? And I forgot you were saying It is definitely a money grab, you know what I mean? But here's the thing I wanted to ask you, like, even though it's a money grab, it's still a good fight. Who else would Canelo? I mean, besides maybe trying to fight the guy that had beat him already, but he'd have to go up in a weight class again. But besides that, like, is there a better person out there for Canelo really to fight or better match? You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, this is the thing from a business side. I mean, Canelo's in control, right? And everybody wants him to fight Benavidez. I want to see that fight. That's a fight.
Oh,
you want to see.
hold up. You're absolutely right. That's a better fight, but go ahead.
That's a better fight. The thing is, Canelo's got 3 fights left. That's it, right? So if you're him, who's going to make you the most money? That's what he's going to go after. He's got 3 fights to make as much money as possible. So if you don't have a name and you're not going to bring a draw, he's probably not going to fight you because he wants the 3 big fights.
Now, is this one of the 3?
On a money side for Benavidez, see, the thing is, if you're a boxing head, you follow boxing, you know that's the fight, right? And that's the fight that everybody wants to see. But is Benavidez big enough to draw in the sideline boxing fans that come in for big fights? And when you hit that level, that's when you cross over to like big money, right? And so opponents make fights, right? Mikey Garcia made the Spence fight interesting, right? And I know Spence gets the credit for it, but at the same time, it's always the opponent, right? So like this opponent is very intriguing. It's an American fighter, America versus Mexico. You know, I feel like they've done well with the promotion. I heard that they sold out $20 million gate. That's insane. Steven Espinoza today, it was hilarious. He went back at Dana White because Dana White said he's taken over all the Mexican holidays, or he wants to be on those dates now. Well, Espinoza came back and said that he read out that they made $20 million at the gate, which is insane. And then basically said that UFC has never had a $20 million gate, kind of slapping back at him because he thinks, or basically they're going to go head-to-head boxing on Mexican Independence Day versus MMA from now on. And so shots fired from Showtime at UFC. It was kind of funny. It was like out of nowhere, Showtime fires back at UFC. It's like, what? Now there's a tip. It's weird.
Because I heard that they thought this fight was supposed to happen on Mexican's Independence Day.
Yeah, and Canelo moved it for him for whatever reason. There may be other reasons that I haven't heard. So, I don't want to say I'm an expert on that because I really didn't have time to research that side of it, just from what I've heard from bloggers and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just one of those things where Canelo's got to get those paydays. And so who's going to do that for him? I mean, Terrence Crawford does it for him. It does. That's a big money fight. Now Terrence is a superstar. He's been on Good Morning America. I mean, now he's crossed over, right? And so when he fights, it's going to be a big deal. So I don't see that Canelo Terrence Crawford being out of the question because it's a massive payday for both of them.
I did hear something about that. I did hear something. Huh?
What's that?
Is that Canelo coming down in weight?
No, that's Terrence going up.
Yeah, I did hear something about they said Terrence said he wanted to fight him and go up in weight to fight Canelo. I don't know how true that is, but I did hear something about that.
So is this Charlo fight one of the 3 fights?
Yes. It's a 3-fight deal with PBC. And, fighters never, they change their mind all the time. This may not be his last 3 fights, but if that's his thinking and that's what his wife wants him, and the family's like, that's enough, man. You've been doing this since you're 15 years old. Let's get out of the game. That could be his thinking. 3 fights, 3 big paydays. Charlo's going to give him a big payday. Who's next? Is it going to be Crawford, or is he going to save Crawford?
Do you think that one of his fights should be bringing Mayweather out of retirement and getting a rematch?
Floyd's not going to do that.
That would be huge. I honestly, I think Mayweather, he loves money. He loves money.
He loves money.
But he's not crazy, though. He's not crazy, bro. He's not crazy, bro. He would get Canelo to come down in weight
Like it would be Floyd would be every trick in the book to get an advantage.
Yep.
That's the only way he would fight him. He's got a dehydration clause or a rehydration clause. He's gonna have a weight class clause. I mean, it'll be across the board, all these things to disable Canelo. The contract would be hilarious.
Yeah,
So I don't think they'll
that's
do
not
it.
happening. So I'm saying if with Benavidez, he just needs to fight more. I think he would be able to draw that crowd. But the last time I seen him fight was when was his last fight?
Actually, the last fight was a really good fight. He fought what's his name? Damn, drawing a blank.
Recently, like
Vegas.
a couple months ago.
Yeah. Hold on. That's gonna annoy me.
Yeah, pull that up one time, and then what I'm saying.
It was a good fight, and I'm blanking on the name right now. I bet.
Because I don't know if I remember his last fight. I thought I watched it, but I might have missed it. But we all got Canelo across the board winning that fight this Saturday. Correct, fellas? Mannie got the 8th round knockout. What you got? You got decision? What you got, man? Mondo?
Man, it's tough because Charlo he's got the skill set. Does he have the mindset, because I've never really seen him. I to this point, I feel like he could have fought so many better fighters. And so I've never really seen him. I don't think he's on Canelo's level, and the disadvantage of 2 weight classes. I just think it's gonna be too much for him. He's probably gonna win the first few rounds, maybe 4, even 5 rounds, and then all of a sudden Canelo's just gonna surprise him, and then it's gonna be a beatdown from that point forward because of the weight difference. And he's not. I don't think he's gonna be able to handle the power. I don't think. I think it's a short night for. It's not going 12. I think he's going to knock him out, and I'm saying that because of the weight difference. It's just going to be. I just really think it'll be too much for him.
Okay. So, I mean, we shall see it. It will be interesting, and yeah, I think I got Canelo winning, but I got it going at least into the 10th round. 10th round. I got 10th round. It'll maybe make it through the 10th round, and maybe not. But 10th round is where I say it's going to be probably his demise. So I give it 10th round knockout. Canelo.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he caught Canelo once. I mean, I know he's for the most part, Canelo will probably walk it off, or it'll be like a flash knockdown or so. I wouldn't be surprised because Canelo's not the Canelo of a couple years ago, right?
Seen him lose.
Right.
So the game plan has been laid out for him, right?
Right. I was gonna just say that Charlo kind of follows that Floyd game plan. You know what I'm saying? He might be able to get out of there with the dub. Yeah. But at the same time, Canelo's a way smarter fighter than was when he fought Floyd at that age.
100%. Just his head movement alone, it gets tiring missing, right? He makes guys miss. So don't discount. Like if you're jabbing and missing him because he's doing that thing he does, that's tiring, and then he's going to have that extra weight on him. He doesn't know in a real fight yet what it's like to fight at that weight, right? Against a premier fighter. And he doesn't know.
And then just look at how smart, even though he's better now, but look how smart he was when he fought Floyd. It wasn't like that. He fought Floyd and he didn't know what he was doing. He was already showing the world where he is now. Back then, he just Floyd was just a little bit smarter than he was.
Oh yeah. That he took the fight too young. Floyd being the master of timing knew that fan base. I mean, he was being if he would have beat Floyd. I mean, Floyd wouldn't have taken the fight if he didn't know that he could beat him easily. But it's all about timing for that fight. An experienced Canelo now, it would have been a much closer fight. I still think Floyd would have beat him, but I at that weight class. But I still think it would have been a much closer fight if it was a more developed, actually prime Canelo. Yeah. But yeah, money wise, for Canelo, it's just he's in the same game Floyd was at the end. How much money can I make? That's it.
Right.
So,
Well, we'll keep you guys updated this Saturday, man. It's going all the way down. Showtime Boxing, Canelo versus Charlo. Both eight rappers, both boxers are. I think they're both 33. What was I just looking at right now? Just a quick little preview. Both of them are 33. There it is.
yeah, I think Charlo's just a little bit taller too.
Charlo's taller, 5'11". He's got to reach 73 inches, so he's got about a 2.5-inch reach over him. But Charlo's 35, 1-1. Canelo's 59, 2-2. So that experience right there is a major advantage, man. I'm telling you, the more fights you get in, the more experience you have. You become more of a hell of a fighter every time because you experience differentness. You're smarter, and a smart, not old fighter is a dangerous fighter because even if you get older and you're smarter, like as you get older, you know what I'm saying, even me playing basketball, I don't play as hard. I play as hard, I just don't play as fast as I used to as when I was younger. I play a lot smarter now, you know what I'm saying? And if I was this smart when I was that young, I'd have been a dope-ass player. But Canelo's still kind of young, and he's all that experience since he's been fighting since he's been so young still makes him a hell of a fighter and gives him a large advantage over Charlo, especially somebody that's fought 37 times to somebody that's fought 63, 64 times. So that's just double the experience, man. So yeah, we got Jesus Ramos undefeated going against Erickson Lubin. I didn't know you Yordanis Ugas is fighting against Mario Barrios and Elijah Garcia against Armando Resendiz.
I'm interested in that Ugas fight. I think that's gonna be a good fight. That may be a runner up to fight of the night. I think it's gonna be interesting because Ugas is like one of those guys. The trainer was telling me that he's an overachiever, meaning that the height of his success, he's just like just got Manny Pacquiao at the right time, got his belts. It's just one of those things. You beat Manny Pacquiao, your status rises in the boxing world. And so I don't think that I don't see his ceiling rising anymore. I think he's such a nice guy. He's well trained. I just think at his age he's in his latter part of his career, but it's going to be it's going to be a good fight because his last fight was Spence, right? So, and before that it was Pacquiao. So he's fought at a high level. It's going to be a fun fight for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Still going to be a dope fight, man. I didn't know he was up there. He's 37, man. So he's definitely towards the end of his career, man. But
and he's Cuban, so he's fought, since he was a little kid. So he's been fighting a long time. So.
Right.
Okay. Shit. Any more boxing you want to talk about before we get over to this NBA? Because we got a major trade to talk about.
Oh, that's right. No, that's it, man. It's gonna be a good weekend. It's always fun when Canelo fights. Vegas is always packed. It's a good place to be when there's a big fight, and Canelo's no exception, man.
I heard he's already in town.
That's right. He did his press conference today.
Yep.
He was kind of talking shit. He's like, "Why is Charlo being so nice to me?" Because before the actual fight was made, he was always talking shit, and now he's like, he's being very super respectful. It's weird. He's not the same shit talker, and so people are like, "Is it head games or is he kind of intimidated by the whole thing?" Because he's not being himself. It's weird. So we'll see. I don't know. I think it's going to be a head game.
I don't think it's a head game, man, because I think if you've never played head games really and you always were yourself, I think you'd be yourself. And if you're not yourself, like I don't think it's like trying to play head games with Floyd. Like you think that shit's really gonna work, Conor McGregor? Like right. It'll be entertaining, but that's just not gonna work against this kind of boxer.
No.
So maybe he's just like, you know what? Maybe he won't break my face if I don't get disrespectful. Maybe he won't care. I don't know.
Because
I would,
Canelo will punish
I would
guys.
say
He's
he's
done that
scared.
before.
Though. I can say he's scared, but I don't know. I don't know. It's a good. That's a good observation. That's a great observation.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I mean, the fact that Canelo noticed it is making it a story because it's weird why he was so chill. He's not that way normally. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe
Right.
it's too much for him.
They're gonna fuck around and come out together. Like Canel's gonna be like, "You cool? You want to just walk out together, bro? We can just go to the ring together."
Right?
First time ever, we have both fighters. Like, whoa, is this WWF now? What do we got going on?
Yeah, I mean, do you think now that I think about it, do you think if that's real and he's kind of nervous, if Canelo could just blow him out of the water?
Yeah, man. If he's really that nervous like that, or I mean, it could. This is what I think it is. I don't think he's nervous. I think that he knows that this is the biggest fight of his life, and that it's going to be a hell of a fight. So I need to be extra focused now. You know what I'm saying? And extra like I don't even have time to waste energy on thinking, oh, this and that. I'm just so tunnel vision focused right now that I seem like that I don't want to talk or I'm nervous. You know what I'm saying? I think that he's really focused on what he's got to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
He sat down and he looked at some Canelo fights and was like, yo, I signed up for this with this guy. That's what it is.
He gonna call
why
his brother.
Y'all stop me.
He gonna hit his brother on fight night like, hey, how much you weigh, dog? Hey, you want to switch this out?
Right, you should be in the ring.
Supposed to be you.
Right?
It's supposed to be you.
Holy shit! Yeah, so this could be like Ryan Garcia versus Tank, like that kind of bad night for him.
Man, dog. I mean, it could be, and I don't want to say this one has more potential of this happening, but it might even have more potential of that happening than that fight had happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we'll see. I don't think it just depends how Charlo plays it. I personally don't think he's gonna go out there getting cocky and swinging for the fences. I think he's gonna play it smart and safe because he has no other choice. You went up 2 weight classes. You can't go out there acting like you the big dog. That's gonna be very detrimental and it's gonna be a huge mistake. So you're gonna have to definitely ease into it a little bit and see how it goes, see how you feel with the punches, and then move forward from there. But
it's that's crazy because guys who are that weight say Canelo punches hard.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, man. If he catches a body shot, I think he might drop him with a body shot. I think that is the probability is like high.
That long torso.
And when you get hit by somebody that has power, it changes your whole game plan. Sugar Shane Mosley said when he fought Pacquiao, he had a game plan until he felt that power of that right hand, and he said that his whole game changed was to never get hit by that right hand again.
He wanted to quit in the corner. The power was so strong. Remember that? His trainer was like, "No, we ain't built like that. Get your ass back in here."
He's like, "I'm done. I'm old. That shit hurt. It's hurting." Here, you switch that one round. Look at it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Well, yeah, hell of a fight going on this weekend, man. Make sure y'all stay tuned. We will keep you guys updated.
All right, I'm gonna hop out here. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Hey, man, thanks for
anytime.
So every time we say his name, now you can put a face to the name. That's my man's in them.
Right.
All right. You guys continue.
Appreciate you.
All
right, man. As we keep it pushing.
Before we get into basketball, I have one thing to throw out there. The Houston Dynamos beat Messi in the Miami 2-1 for the U.S. Open Cup final. So Messi went down.
So did Messi play?
No.
Okay, so yeah, they were debating on whether to play him or whether or not, and blah blah blah. But I'm glad they didn't play him. If somebody's hurt,
yeah, they said it's wearing on him.
It's let that player heal because that injury can either allow that person never to be the same or just extend that injury and prolong that player not be able to do what he does. So just let him sit down and rest. Don't Kawhi Leonard the situation, but definitely
Right.
let him. Don't rush it back. Joe Burrow, don't rush it back. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Rodgers, you're sitting out, but don't rush it back. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you could play, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But I hate players who play injured and then are more of they hurt their team more than they help their team because
So
they're injured and they're out there trying to play when they're
not to
not doing
not to not to go back, but another person that tried to come in before Travis Hunter. So he told Dion after the Oregon loss, he was like, "I'm good, coach. I can come back in. I want to play." And Dion told him, said, "Nah, I care about you more than I care about winning and losing the game. You're gonna sit out for the 4 weeks you're supposed to get to 100%, and then we'll let you in. It's not about us winning or losing game. It's about me caring about you as a person and you being the person that you're supposed to be." So shout
right,
out to
right.
Dion for that.
And you have to be. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you're gonna get a player that's not the player that he was because they're trying to do something that they shouldn't be doing. Man, you gotta take these injuries a little
Right.
bit more seriously. Let them sit down. And I'm a firm believer in next man up. Here's
Next
your
man
shot.
up.
Here's your shot to
Hmm.
prove to the world who you are. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and do it. Or go out there and get exposed. But one of the two is gonna happen.
Hmm.
One of the two is gonna happen. So, with that being said, NBA, y'all, man. Damian Lillard finally got his wishes, finally got traded, man. 3-team trade with not the Miami Heat, the Milwaukee Bucks and the Phoenix Suns, man. So Damian Lillard, he's going over to the Milwaukee Bucks. The Blazers
So
are letting go of Jokic, and they are receiving Drew Holiday and DeAndre Ayton. Jokic is going over to the Suns, which is actually a good look because I think Jokic is a better center than DeAndre Ayton,
he is.
and the height is a good look. And I think that's a good piece
So
for the Suns.
I got
Yeah,
the whole deal right here. The whole deal how it happened. So
go ahead, go over it. Go ahead. I'm gonna
Drew
teleport shot
Holiday,
to you.
yeah, Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, and Tsunami Kamara, they're going to the Blazers, as well as the 2029 unprotected first round pick and unprotected swap rights in 2028 and 2030. And then the Suns get Yurkic, Grayson Allen, Nasir Little, and Keon Johnson. So that's that's huge. Dame in Milwaukee with Giannis, with Brooke Lopez, with Chris Middleton. That's man. That's yeah. And
So
now they went from 7-1 odds to winning the finals to 4-1 odds to winning the finals. Like they literally locked all of the future bets in the NBA when this trade happened and they had to rework everything.
so with that being said, with those trades being made, where does that leave each team? Does that leave Milwaukee winning the East off top? Does that put Milwaukee in the finals off top? Does that
I don't
trade? Does that
I'm
trade
not
make
saying the
the Suns?
finals, but I'm saying a 97.6% chance of being in the finals.
Yeah, right now I'm gonna be honest with you. With that five that you just named, and they still got Portis. The Bucks gave up really nobody, and they gave up like a future first round pick. But they
Yeah,
really gave up really nobody. Grayson Allen, and I mean not Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday was actually great on defense. He was actually a good piece on defense. Probably a better defender than Damian Lillard. If you ask me, I would say Drew Holiday's a better defender, but obviously not a better
but
scorer.
I also heard that it's a possibility that Portland buys out Drew Holiday contract, make him a free agent, and he can sign back with the Bucks if he does that.
And I would do that because that would be a great backup. Or
So
if
you'll have no,
our
you'll
core
have they'll put Drew as
start.
the one, they'll put Drew as the one, Dave as the two, Middleton as the three, Giannis as the four, Brooke Lopez as a five. That's a starting lineup for you.
But Dame got a lightweight have the ball in his hand a little bit, dog. So it's
But he's
gonna
a
be
scorer. He's not a facilitator. He's a scorer. So that's why he'll play the two as a shooting guard because he can score from that position.
okay. Well, especially if they get Drew back, then I'm gonna definitely say the Bucks are going to the finals. With the Suns, I do think this is a move that makes them better, not worse. I think the Suns, depending on who they play, what's going on, I think that this definitely gives them a chance to at least go to the Western Conference Finals. You know what I'm
They
saying? But they
they
already
have
had that chance before,
they
though.
have a center. They have a center, but like we was talking about earlier at the job, they don't really have a point guard.
Mhm.
Who's going to facilitate them? I was saying Grayson Allen, but they let me know the Grayson Allen he could play point guard, but he's more of a scorer than he is a facilitator. So
Right, right. I mean, he can bring the ball up court, but he ain't the dude I want to bring up the ball up court. I'd rather have a real point guard bringing the ball up court. I mean, I'd rather have Devin Booker bringing the ball up court than Grayson Allen, of course. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if they want Devin to bring up the ball, or you know what I'm saying. So we'll see how that works out. Oh yeah, Jimmy did say that they were that what he say? He said that the Bucks were tampering.
yeah, he
Yeah,
said NBA you should check the Bucks for tampering. But if you looked at the video, he had a little smile on his face. He was joking because he was mad because Dame didn't come down there.
of course he's
But
absolutely mad for that. But Jimmy ain't no snitch like that. I don't think.
what do you think about Miami now since this trade happened? What does it do to them as a team?
I mean, Miami's still Miami. They're gonna get Tyler Hero back now. If Duncan Robinson can keep shooting how he shot, and then keep shooting, and Tyler comes back, and they get their old selves of them old flashes of when they're looking like young Stephen Clay. I think the Miami Heat will be all right. I don't think they'll beat the Bucks. The Giannis, you gotta understand, non-hurt Giannis is pretty much the best player in the NBA because no one could stop him, and then he could probably defend your best player too. That's where I really break it down to, like when it comes to like best players, you know what I'm saying, or who has the advantage in a series. When I go through the team and I'm like, okay, if there's a player that you can't stop, that's on the opposition and can hold your best player and stop that person, that they have the advantage, clear advantage over the over the series. Like no one can stop Jokic, you know what I'm saying? And their defense, he was stopping a lot of them other centers. And I was like, with this recipe right here, and plus what they're doing, it's gonna be very, very hard to beat. Damn near impossible to
So
beat, man.
you think that the Suns getting Nurkic is going to be a contender with the Nuggets in the West?
Well, just with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant alone, yes, but Jokic, yes, makes it. I mean, Jokic makes it closer, but the Suns still just don't have enough. The Nuggets are hella deep.
They
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 lost
still
a player.
got Bradley Bill too in the
They,
Suns.
oh yeah, I forgot the Suns did get Bradley Bill. Yeah, I mean they're looking good. They're I ain't gonna lie, that's a hot four, just like the Bucks got a couple players. They're moving now from the big three to the big four now, man. So uh
With me, the way I look at it
just
for
once that
the
bench goes away, dog, unless they got somebody wrong with the bench team, the Suns are still gonna be hurt when they go to the bench.
the
But go ahead.
yeah the Nuggets, if Bobby Porter, I mean if Michael Porter Jr. come back to his old form, like how he played before he got injured, they're going to be scared. They're going to be as scary as the Bucks is now with Dame. If he comes back to that form, they're going to be that scary because you got a 6'10" defender that can shoot the ball and be off the dribble and rebound when he wants to.
Who you talking about again?
Porter
Oh,
for
oh,
the
oh.
Nuggets.
Oh, once again, the Nuggets are the deepest team. They got squad, even though they lost Brown. I think they
Yeah,
still they still are amazingly deep, bro. Like they have a bench. Their bench could be a starting five somewhere else. Like
mhm.
the Denver, they got depth, man, and that's really that to me nowadays. That's what gets you. You know what I'm saying? If you got a second team that can come in and run as well as the first team, if not, pick up the first team and get them going and then let them come back and do their thing. That's winning basketball because it's a game of runs. But now, can you get these guys to go on these runs? So, depth Depth is where what makes me make the decision after the starting five. What your bench look like, and if you got a
Basketball's
crazy bench
easy.
like the Nuggets do, you win champion.
Definitely done picked up. Basketball has definitely is picked up in the last 10 hours. It has definitely picked up and changed a lot. So,
Yeah, and we got about almost a little bit less than 10 days before the preseason of basketball NBA starts.
yeah,
So
I think it's 9 days exactly before preseason starts.
9 days exactly. So make sure y'all get ready for that because this is going down. Quick update on that Golden Knights game. 6 minutes left, man. The Kings did score. We're up 2-3, and I'll keep you guys updated throughout this thing. Now we're gonna go ahead and go to this NFL. You feel me? We're already out of game on Thursday, man. We just had who just got smacked out? Was it the Bears? Just got smacked out by the Lions? I mean, who just played this Thursday?
Oh, Niners and Giants.
No. Oh, I'm tripping. I'm thinking. Thursday, we have a game coming up. We didn't pass it by, Terrence. We got the Niners and the Giants coming up. That's easy to call. That's really um, just Niners all day on that. I'd be surprised if the Giants even make it a game. So I'm
No,
gonna go with the nine whatever the point spread is on that one.
now you talk about the game tomorrow. The game tomorrow is the Lions in Green Bay.
I was definitely talking about Thursday's game. So yeah, why did you mention that?
Because I thought you was talking about last week because you were saying somebody just got smacked out. And I was like, no,
And
it
I, and
hasn't
I, I
played
was
yet.
kind of lost in the sauce. So you're right. All right, so that's that. Let's start all over. Ever. Boom. We're here again. Thursday game we got coming up. Detroit Lions, 2-1, coming off that dub, going down to play the Green Bay Packers, who actually coming off that dub too, coming back from that 17-point deficit against the Saints. This is going to be a great game. I believe this is the game who will decide for now who is the winner or who is the leader of the NFC North division.
North. Yep. It's gonna be a
Um,
good game.
it's going to be a really good game. This one, I'm not quite sure on it. I'm still gonna have to go through my emotions. But if I had to pick right now, this second, I'm gonna go with my instinct, and my instinct said Detroit. Even though they're going to play Green Bay in Lambeau, Jordan Love is nice, but I just think Detroit right now is playing a little bit better football. Manny, what you think?
Uh I'm gonna go Green Bay because it's just something about Jordan Love being down and being at home. He don't lose. He comes back. He brings them back. Plus, they're actually Green Bay is actually getting Romeo Dobbs. He's supposed to be playing this weekend. I mean tomorrow. So that's another wide receiver weapon for him to throw to. So that makes it a little bit better. So yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna go Green Bay.
Okay. Split
Oh,
it.
and Aaron Jones is supposed to be coming back also. So that's another major weapon that he gets back on offense.
Look, I'm gonna still stick with Detroit, but if Green Bay is plus, whoever's plus, unless it's like a +1 or something, I'm gonna
It's
say
one.
that where they will cover.
Green Bay is +1.5.
+1.5. Okay, if they was
Yeah.
2 or 3, I would say they would cover because I do believe it's going to be a very, very close game. Winner by a field goal. So money line, I'm gonna still stick with Detroit. I think they're gonna sneak out of this one with that, man. He got Green Bay. There you go. Thursday night game. Next game
Detroit.
we got Son.
Uh huh. I would say Detroit was the road favorite.
Yeah. Okay. Next game we got is ATL Shouty going down there to play the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jags are 1-2, coming off an ugly loss.
It's in London.
And it's in London. And
It's in London.
Atlanta's coming off an ugly loss too as well, but not as ugly as of Jacksonville. Um, Not just because I'm hating on a divisional rival, but I think that Jacksonville hasn't played up to how good they can actually play this year. And I think they're gonna go out there for some odd reason and play better football than they've been playing out here, even though the Falcons will give them a run for their money. I think Jacksonville will play better up to their standards. And I'm gonna give Jacksonville to cover this one. Manny, what's the spread too? Let me know when you give me your pick.
The spread is 3 for Jacksonville.
Okay.
So I'm going to pick Jacksonville because historically, Jacksonville plays better football in London
Mhm.
than they do in the United States. They have won. They actually a couple of years ago their first win was in London. Um, I'm going to give it to Jacksonville just because they play a better game in London than they do in the United States. Also, another fun fact about that game is the first time ever it's going to be a Toy Story edition. So on Disney Plus, they're going to have the whole game as in the Toy Story edition. So they're going to look like actual Toy Story with Buddy and Woody calling the plays on that game.
Well, let's see if this is more interesting than the Nickelodeon the little ooze game they had where they're like kind of decorated the field on with the graphics on the TV, which was cool. But let's see if this is better. You know what I'm saying? I like what they're trying to do with the interaction and all this different stuff. But
Mhm.
let's just see how it works out. I ain't gonna hate on it until I see it. So yeah, you're absolutely right, Manny. That's gonna be interesting to see. So
Okay.
You got Jacksonville on that joint.
Yep.
Uh, next game we got is Buffalo. Miami's going out to play Buffalo. Miami undefeated 3-0. They just scored 70 points going against Buffalo 2-1. Buffalo just went out there and did their thing too as well. Um, they're out in Buffalo. It's not that cold yet, but the way Miami's playing, somebody's gonna have to stop them first before I go against them, especially the way they're playing right now. It's not even like they're sneaking out of there with wins. Buffalo looks good, but I don't know if Buffalo can stop that. But we are definitely going to find out. I'm gonna go with Miami on this one. Once again, Manny, tell me the spread with your pick.
The spread is uh the Buffalo has 2.5 points. So they got the home field, so they get the 2.5 points. But I'm gonna go Miami just because they do have a decent defense, and until Josh Allen can show me that he can play good against a good defense, I'm always gonna go against them. And I haven't been wrong yet. So I'm going Miami on this one.
Okay, we got two for the MIA. Take it to the house. So that's two for the Dolphins, man. Make sure you watch that game. No, that's going to be actually a really dope game. Next game we got is the Minnesota Vikings 0-3 going down to play the Carolina Panthers 0-3. Bryce Young is coming back. I think the Vikings are finally going to put it together and go out there and get a W. They had some rough games, a couple plays here and there, different, could have had a different outcome, changed it. But I just think that the Vikings are overall a better team than the Panthers. So I'm going to go with the Vikings to get their first win and the Panthers to start the first quarter of the season off 0-4. Sorry, Moski should be here to defend your squad.
Um, uh, I think I'm gonna have to agree with you. They're giving Minnesota 4, so they're the road favorites. They're giving Minnesota 4. I'm gonna have to agree with you. Minnesota just have a better team than Carolina. They just have a better team. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it.
All right. Next one we got is two more teams that have not won a game. We're going to have the Chicago Bears. They played the Denver Broncos. Broncos are going out to Chicago. This is the week that the Broncos do get a win. I do think they're a better team out of the Bears. The Bears look terrible, but so do the Broncos. But the Broncos don't look as bad as the Bears. Even though the Broncos just gave up 70 points, I'm pretty sure they're going to come out with a chip on their shoulder. It's something to prove after they're just getting their ass whooped. So even though the Bears, they both are doing bad and both teams are struggling for a win. And at the end of the day, there's going to be two teams in the NFL that have not won a game through 4 games of the season. It's going to either be the Broncos, Bears, Minnesota, or the Carolina Panthers. But on this one, I do think that Russell Wilson will go down there and get his first dub. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Denver Broncos.
Okay. Denver is the road favorite for 3.5, but this just in. They're gonna play this game at 2 o'clock a.m. today because that's how trash this game really is. But can't say nothing. Russell Wilson has actually been playing really good ball this season. His defense is just atrocious. and you got the two worst defenses going against each other in this game. And I'm gonna have to give it to Denver because they have a slightly better offense. So that's what's going to give them the win than the Bears.
Okay. All right, so we got 2 for Denver on that joint, man. 2 for Denver on that joint. Next game we got is the Baltimore Ravens going down. The 2-1 Baltimore Ravens going down to play the 2-1 Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns coming off of a win. A lot of people say Deshaun looks better without Chubb just because he's going to have more dropbacks. He's going to throw the ball more. But I'm pretty sure Deshaun Watson, being a quarterback, would rather have Chubb there just for the protection and these easy yards. You know, you don't want to put all that pressure on your shoulder. But this is going to be a very, very interesting game. I don't know if those injuries from the Ravens came back, but the way Cleveland's playing on offense and defense, I'm going to go with Cleveland. I just think they're playing a little bit more better football than the Baltimore Ravens. And the Baltimore Ravens just lost to the Colts. And the Colts didn't even have their starting quarterback in there. Even though the Ravens do have a lot of guys injured, especially on defense, they need Odell Beckham in there just so he can open up the field. That's why they got him. But the Ravens, from what I'm seeing with my eyes right now, are just really isn't that impressive. Like, I wish I didn't really draft Lamar Jackson on my fantasy because I just don't know what am I going to get. You know what I'm saying? It's been a good week, 2 decent weeks. I'm waiting for Lamar to have a great week, and I don't know if he has the personnel out there with him to do that. So with that saying, I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns, man, to win this game, man. What you got, Manny?
Well, that game last week, 2 things I'm gonna say about that game last week. The Baltimore loss. First off, we're not going to treat Okarico like he's not really. He's not. He hasn't came in and won games for almost every team he ever played for.
Right,
So
Mitch, you did this thing. You're
yeah,
right.
we got to give him his flowers while he's here. Number 2, I'm gonna say about that game, they was cheated, even though it shouldn't have got to that point, but they was cheated in that loss. But Baltimore is a team that overcomes adversity. They overcome the injuries. They overcome all of it, and still is a top 5 team. It's a division game, so I'm going to give Baltimore because Deshaun Watson hasn't won the MVP, and Lamar Jackson has, and Lamar Jackson, he plays harder in division games or games against teams that mean something than he do against teams that don't. So I'm going to give it Baltimore, and the Browns are giving 3 points to Baltimore, so they get the home favorite for that game.
So Browns are negative -3.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Trust me, Crum knows what you're talking about. Next game we got is the Pittsburgh Steelers 2-1. They're going down there play the Houston Texans 1-2. Stroud fucking came out the bag last week. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing. They got their first win. Houston's defense is nice. They got their coach. They got after last week. I'm like, all right, let me start giving Houston a little bit more respect than I've been showing them. They're going to play this 2-1 Pittsburgh Steelers, but you know what? Mike Tomlin knows how to win even when the team ain't looking pretty or doing good. So I can imagine them doing good and what's going to happen. So with that being said, I think I want to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers, but don't be surprised if the Houston Texans make this a game and even win. But if I'm going right now to put money on it, I'm going to say the Pittsburgh Steelers.
So the Steelers are the road favorites. They give it 3 points. Um, this is a tough game because the way Pittsburgh is set up and how they play down to their opponents. So this seems like, even though on everything, it seems like Pittsburgh should go and win, but that's a setup dealing with the Pittsburgh Steelers because they play down to their opponents and they will lose a game like this. And the way that CJ played last week and that defense was playing, I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Houston on this one, just with the history and how Pittsburgh play games against teams they should beat.
Okay. All right. Well, we got another split down the middle on that one. And I ain't mad at your pick on that one. Like I'm saying that if they ride the momentum of their win from last week, it could definitely possibly happen. So I would even be mad if you guys took the points with Houston. You know what I'm saying? Pittsburgh might sneak out of there with a 3-point win. It might be a way closer game than we're expecting because Pittsburgh ain't playing up to their part either at all this whole year. So we'll see
Yeah,
what we
and
got going on
they
with that.
always play down to their opponents.
Next game we got is them Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know what I'm saying? They just coming off of a terrible loss to the Philadelphia Eagles, man. They're going down to play the Saints. The Saints coming off an even more terrible loss to the Green Bay Packers, if you ask me. They are going down to play the Saints out in the Superdome. And Latimer is a hell of a cornerback, man. I don't think Derek Carr is playing, even though they haven't announced it yet. They say he's week to week. You know what I mean? He has a sprained AC joint, but um, I think the Buccaneers will bounce back after this loss. You know what I'm saying? After especially losing to a team like the Eagles. I don't think the Saints are as good as the Eagles, but that was a good wake up call, a good test, and a good lesson of like, okay, this is what we need to go work on. So I think they will come out of that loss with a bounce back win, though it's going to be very tough. And I do think, I don't know what the spread is, but whoever has the plus is going to cover the spread for sure, because it's a divisional game, and these games are always close between the Saints. It just really depends if Jameis is the quarterback or if Derek Carr's quarterback and Alvin Kamara is coming back. So it's going to be an interesting game depending on who they got back there.
So New Orleans is getting the 3.5 because they're the home team. So
Minus
Tampa,
half.
yeah, the -3.5 because they're the home team. Alvin Kamara has came out and said he feels like he did when he was back in college, and he's ready to play. So, and he's already in practice. So, with that being said, and him coming, it doesn't matter who's quarterback for the Saints. Alvin Kamara has a point to prove. He he wants to be known as the Russia. He wants to be known as the king of New Orleans and the reason that the Saints do good. And I think he's going to show that this weekend because it's a division game. He's coming in. So I'm going to go with the Saints. But on the backside, I probably will take the Bucks for the points just because the defense actually does look pretty decent. So I would take the Bucks with the points, but I think New Orleans will get the win.
Okay, I ain't mad at that. That's a good little bet. You know what I'm saying? Because I do think whatever team was the plus was going to cover. I think it's going to be a very very close game. Talking about a field goal possibly winning, unless the Bucks go out there and smack them because Derek Carr's not the quarterback and Jameis Winston fucks up. But we will see. Next game we got is the Washington Commanders going down to play the Philadelphia Eagles. They're coming off a big win out in Tampa. The Washington Commanders are 2-1. They're playing better than expected this year, but I do not think they will go out into Philadelphia and get the W. I'm going with Philly on this one. I ain't even got to explain that too much, but yes, Philly on this one.
So Philly is -8.5 for this game. Um, it's not too much to be said. Philly is just a way better team than Washington. Jalen Carter is going to eat because Jalen Carter's been eating all season long, and Philly is going to take it. You put your money on Philly; they're going to win this game, and it's a division game, and Philly's going to show them why they run the division.
Next one I skipped it on accident, but I got the Rams and the Colts. I'm not sure if Richardson is coming back this Sunday. I have to check that out. The Rams coming off of a loss right now, but they played quite hard. You know what I'm saying? They did the thing against the Bengals. I'm gonna go with the Rams on this one. Um, I don't know why. I want to say the Colts. I'm just not quite sure who the quarterback is, though it doesn't really matter. But I just think possibly the Rams are definitely a more experienced team. But I don't know. I'm not. I don't know. What's the spread on that one?
So the spread is -1 Indy, and I guess they're getting the -1 because they're at home.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, it's a close one. I can't really tell you on that one.
this is a hard one because the Rams unexpectedly are actually playing a lot better than what we thought that they was going to play this year. They have a
Mhm.
good young team. They got young people, both offense, defense. Tutu Atwell and Nina Puka, they're out there and they're showing out. They're showing off. Um, but the Colts also has a new running back that was the ex Rams. The Cam Akers is the running new running back for the Colts. We didn't talk about that trade last week, but
Mm.
that trade happened. So I think I might lean a little bit more towards the Colts because Cam Akers might have a chip on his shoulder. They're going against his old team and, come out and ran like Cam Akers when he was a rookie, and that'll win them the game. So I'm gonna lean more towards the Colts on that one, even though I don't know who the quarterback's.
And Taylor is still sitting out too, huh?
I think so.
Yeah, because where else would he would have to be somewhere if he ain't sitting out.
Yeah. He still is. I think it's 4 games because it's pup list, so he got to be 4 games before he can come back. Yep.
Okay, next game we got coming up is the Cincinnati Bengals going down to play the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee ain't got it right. They look kind of shaky. I don't know if this is the game that they get it right, but I'm gonna go with the Bengals on this one. To put a 2-game win streak together. Joe Burrow came out the dub, though he didn't look like Joe, and I swear I don't think he should play. You got to be careful, but he's gonna be out there, and if he's out there, I'm going with the Bengals to win this game.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bengals too. This is going to be the last game y'all see Ryan Tannehill as quarterback because after they lose this game, then they're going to bring Will Levis out and he's going to be the starter the rest of the season. I've been saying that since the start of the season. And week 5, Will Levis will be the starter at Tennessee because, yeah, Tannehill is just not the answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. I'm just definitely not impressed, and actually, I'm a lot more disappointed in Tannehill than expected. I would be this year. I thought with Hopkins would open stuff up and be better, and I'm not blaming it on Hopkins, but yeah, Tannehill. I think you're the issue. Just gonna be
And Derek
honest.
and Derrick Henry has not came back to form since his foot injury. Since he set out for almost that whole season with that foot injury last season, he has not came back to form as he used to be. I think he's scared
I think
to
he
run.
starts off slow though. He's always starting off slow, man. Every time, like
Yeah, he start off slow in the first couple of quarters, but by the fourth quarter, he didn't rush for 186 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's not doing none of that stuff now. I just don't feel that he's. I think he's kind of scared to get injured again.
yeah. I mean, maybe he's not 100% healed yet. You just don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's just not saying nothing. Just if you ain't 100% healed, then you definitely don't move like you normally do because you're afraid to get hurt, or you're still hurting. So could be a possibility. Could be a possibility. So we both got the Bengals on that joint. Next one we got is them Las Vegas Raiders going down to play the Los Angeles Chargers. Jimmy Garoppolo with the concussion. I don't know who was their backup. Um,
Uh, Aiden. No, what's his name? They talk about this boy all the time. I can't remember his name.
it
It'll
wasn't
come to me in
Dalton.
a second. But it's Brian Hoyer is also so Brian Hoyer probably will get the start over the young quarterback. I forget what his name is, but I think if Jimmy if even though they're saying Jimmy is trending to start their game, they said everything looking good, all the tests are looking good and everything like that. So he's trending to start that game. But I think Brian Hoyer will probably get the start if he does just because McDaniels know Hoyer, he knows the system. He's was with them in New England. He knows everything, and he's a veteran. So I think that he would put him out there faster than he would the rookie.
Okay. That's going to be interesting to see, especially to see what they do with that and where they go with that. So you got Chargers?
I'm going with Chargers, even though I don't believe in the coach, but the Raiders defense is just atrocious. It's Max Crosby and then it's everybody else. Like Marcus Peters was supposed to be, a breath of fresh air there, but he's not doing what he's known for to do, what he did in Baltimore and everything else. It's just Max Crosby on that defense, and that defense is just bad. So I'm going with the Chargers.
Okay. Chargers on them. Next game, that was both of us for Chargers, just in case you didn't know. Next game we got is the New England Patriots going down to play the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys coming off that ugly loss to the Cardinals. Patriots coming off a win. They just beat the Jets, got their first win of the season. I'm gonna go with Dallas, though. I think them losing Trayvon Diggs really did something to their defense and their team. Cardinals just went out there and really just had their way. And I don't know, maybe they're just really dependent on him a lot to where they're not used to playing with them. But I do think they will get out here with the win, but I think it'll be a close game, and I think the Patriots will do the points. I think it's a +7, -7. So Dallas, I'm gonna give Dallas the win on this one, but I think the Patriots might make it a close game. And I think they will. Dallas wins this game probably by like 5 points.
So I think this is going to be Zeke's coming out game at the Patriots because this is his old team, and they did not try to get him back, even though they kept on saying, "Oh yeah, we'll look into it," but they did not even try an ounce to try to get him to come back, and that's where he really wanted to play was Dallas. So I think this is going to be Zeke coming out game, and the Cardinals last week showed everybody how to tame that defense, especially Michael Parsons, to run directly at him, and you have a chance. And I think that's what Bill Belichick and Bill O'Brien is going to do. They're going to lean heavy on the run, and they're going to run directly at Michael Parsons in that defense, and they're going to pull the upset. And I'm saying this very unbiasedly, but I think that they're going to pull the upset.
Okay, so you got the Patriots to go down to Jerry's World and beat the Cowboys, huh?
Yep. And shout out to Mr. Walter and his brothers. They'll be at the game in Dallas.
Okay. It's going to be an interesting game. We'll keep an eye on that one. Next game we got is the Arizona Cardinals coming off that W. They're going to go play the undefeated San Francisco 49ers. Once again, another divisional game. And once again, I'm going to go with the Niners. The spread is 14, but I don't know. I think the Arizona Cardinals made a statement last week, and you shouldn't underestimate them as much as as 14 points. So what I am going to say is I'm going to go with the Niners to win this because they're at home. If the Cardinals are at home, maybe they could try to pull this off. I don't think they're going to pull it off, but I do think that the Cardinals will make this a closer game than people think, a way closer game than people think, and I do think they will cover the 14 points.
Well, anybody that knows me know who I'm picking to win this game. I'm always going to be for my team, win, lose, or draw. So I'm picking the Niners. But on the other side of it, the Cardinals, what they did to win last week was run. You can't run on us. We're not a team that you can run on our defense. And they don't have the power to throw on us because that offensive line is not that good. And we don't blitz, but our front four goes after the quarterback. So we might not cover because we don't cover a lot, but we'll get the win. But they can't run on us. James Conner can't do to us like he did to Dallas because they racked up 222 yards against Dallas. That won't happen against us in our defense.
Okay. Well, we both got Niners in that one, but we both got the Cardinals to cover. Last game we got is the Kansas City Chiefs going down to play the Aaron Rodgers-less New York Jets. Jets just made a trade. They got another quarterback in the building, though. It's really won't make a difference. You know what I'm saying? Is he better than Zach Wilson? I don't know.
No.
Who we got? What's his name?
Travis Simeon.
Actually, he might be better than Wilson. We're gonna see because he made a little noise last time. But will he be enough to beat the Kansas City Chiefs on his first day if he starts? I'm not gonna give him that.
The quarterback for the Raiders is Aiden Connors.
Okay.
Yeah. It just popped in my head.
I don't think that the Jets won't have enough even at home to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are like -9.5. I think I got the Chiefs to actually cover that and win the game. I could be wrong though. The Jets could come out there and surprise us. They have a great defense, but they got too much shit going on right now for them even to really be focused on football because I could just tell by the way they're reacting and what's going on that they're too deeply affected by what happened to
They
the
no, they lost this game before they even played this game for one reason and one reason only.
what's that?
Because Taylor Swift is going to be at this game and the Swifties are going to be there, and they lost it just because of that. They lost it just because of that.
All right,
But
well,
Kansas City's just their offense is just too much. Even though I love the Jets defense, I think they got top 3 defense, top 5 defense in the NFL.
they're 20th right
That
now, but go ahead.
that KC offense is just it's just too much. And Zach Wilson, he's not where what they need. They need to go after and get Cap. Bring Cap. Kaepernick say he still want to play. Bring him back.
Yeah,
Cap,
but I mean, I would like to say he's as good as he was, but I mean, you got to still knock off that dust, and who knows by the time he knocks off that dust if it will be already too late because it's already looking like they're already in a bad position right now.
Cam Newton. He said he's better than 32 quarterbacks. Bring him in. Who else? Matt Ryan. They Matt Ryan. Carson Wentz. They have you have quarterbacks out there that you can, you know, bring in that's better than what you have.
Well, we about to see how Simeon doing. They might have made the move of a lifetime with Simeon. We about to find out
No,
and see, man.
no. Simeon is even worse than Zach Wilson.
I don't know about that. I
Yeah,
really
he is.
I
Yes,
really
he's worse.
we gonna definitely find out, man. We're gonna definitely find out. Oh shit, man, Manny, is there anything else you want to talk about before we get up out of here, brother?
No, it's nothing else. Formula One is coming up very, very soon. They got Vegas shut down and looking crazy on the strip. So if y'all are into Formula One racing, it'll be out here in Vegas. The tickets are outrageous.
Yeah, outrageous. That's definitely a super baller sport. So if you're
Yeah,
involved in that, holler at me because I need to holler at you.
right.
All right, well, shit, man. Go ahead and tell them peace out. Then let's get up out of this thing.
Hey, you know how it is. It's how we do it every Wednesday, Monday, Friday. Shout out to the family, all the ones that couldn't make it. Old man went to sleep because once you pass 69, you can't stay up past to 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Moski. Shout out to Onk. Hopefully they get back on here and we can have the whole family out here so we can just talk this real sports talks for y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Check us out. YouTube. Come in and comment. Monday and Wednesday, GSS Production. Shout out Armando. Y'all seen him tonight. Fridays, Room Service Radio. Just, keep on following us, keep on supporting us, and watch us blow up like the World Trade. You feel me?
Damn right, man. Hey, Manny, appreciate you, big dog, for always being here, always showing up, man, always holding it down. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to the rest of the family who didn't make it tonight. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hold it down for you. Armando, thank you for hopping on and hitting us with that Boston knowledge, man. We needed that. We love that. You know you're more welcome to pop up anytime, all the time, every time, dog. Appreciate everybody that was on the comments, man. Everybody on the gram, YouTube. Just appreciate everybody, man. If you like this and you want some more of this shit, go watch the previous episodes. Like, share, and subscribe. And catch us on Friday, Room Service Radio. We will be doing our Friday show in studio. We're all there, and you will get the whole family. You know what I'm saying? At least 90, 80% of it. So just make sure you tune in and keep rocking with us. If not, we're going to hold it down for y'all just like we did, and we're going to keep it pushing, man. So until next Monday on GSS, but catch us on Friday at Room Service Radio, y'all. This is Sports Talk Raw, where we smoke, we drink, we keep it real, and we tell y'all how we feel about these sports. So once again, until Monday, unless you catch us on Friday, man, how does it go, Manny?
Fin,
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 fin, fin.
fin.
And we are out of this mug. I'll holla.